and
that's why they've never had it be like a physical thing.
That's
and
understandable.
That like we don't have to put up, you know, caution tape or stuff like you see in the movies.
Yeah.
They kind of deem that it's like reasonable, where it's like, okay, if it's like, hey, record just don't be coming up, then that's kind of how they act. I'm not speaking on
kind of like the Supreme Court. There's really no set distance, but they agree that 10 feet is a reasonable distance, and that's why I typically try to stay within the 10.
Yeah.
I try not to.
My general rule of thumb, even not talking from a cop's perspective, is just like, if somebody tells me that, if they're like, hey man, can you stay back there? It's like, sure, I'll stay back. Or, you know, if I'm like going to a concert or something, I'm like, hey, restricted area, don't walk back here. I'm not gonna grab that dog personally.
Kind of like the other day, I was over on Fort and Grand when the shooting went on over there.
Oh,
there was some shooting on over there, and I was on the south side of Grand, right there at the Grand Mart, and they asked. We believe the suspect might have been in this area. We want to bring the dog over here. Not the drug dog, the dog over here, and he asked us to back up. Well, okay, but respectfully, I mean, you need to do your job. It's gunfire. That's
exactly.
And the whole time I stayed across on the north side of Fort until the whole situation was all taken care of, and they knew there was no immediate threat. And then I slowly meandered over with KY3 and Reliable News, and stayed out of the way. And anymore, I'm trying to do that. You guys have a job to do. I understand that, and it's not a fun job. It's not. It's a pain in the ass. I know.
I think it goes back to the original thing. It's like, it's so cool that we live in a society where it's like, obviously there's injustices that especially get highlighted in the media, but I'm not denying that there's wrongdoing going on. Like I said, my dad was a police officer in the 80s and 90s around like Colorado, for probably, I don't know how long, but a long time. He worked in criminal affairs, and he was very proud of that work because he said, well, I got rid of bad cops, and then the ones that were doing good, I was able to help protect them. And it's like, he was more proud of the cops. It's like, no, they actually did something illegal. They actually did something wrong. Let's put together and get these people out of here.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I've had Conklin. He works here. He's good. I appreciate what you do. I understand, you know, there's good ones, there's bad ones. Don't get me wrong. I will tell you there's 4 of you that I can walk up to, like we are doing right now, and all the time I can do this. Shots. Wilkinson, not Milkinson. I keep fucking up and saying Milkinson. Wilkinson, Sweet, and Wright. And Conklin, I would have to say 5 actually.
Wright used to be a pro down here, but now he's promoted.
Wright was the first one that I had to deal with on the Jubilee South when I had somebody try to pull it out and threaten to shoot me on the square. And he come up to me. He was already warned that I had cameras and everything. And I know you have cameras. All I need to see is the footage. He was respectful to Pete. That's the main thing.
I think that's across all this, like, just be respectful, and there's different understandings, and no one's claiming to be perfect.
But in the same aspect, you also get what you give out.
Exactly.
If you're disrespectful to me, or trying to bark stuff that I know is wrong, I'm gonna bark back.
Yeah.
And it's because I know it's wrong.
Yeah, it's
It's not that I'm trying to sue you. My odds of suing you guys are going to be slim to none because I'm homeless, I have no money, and who's going to fucking help me? Until I get monetized.
Getting an attorney,
it's hard as hell. It's hard as hell.
Yeah.
It's hard as hell.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
I honestly have 2 lawsuits right now as we speak.
Really?
And it's just because I don't have the money to file the suits.
Yeah.
Lily and Scott Wallace.
Okay. Yeah.
Both cases were dismissed.
Yeah. Now I don't know. I know enough to kind of hear these legal terms, but I guess not enough to.
There's a lot of nuances with this shit that I still am learning.
I think that's what's cool. I mean, it's like just continue to learn and improve. And I literally this last week I went to the defensive tactics instructor school. So we spent a whole week learning about defensive tactics, how to instruct. Like I'm always trying to advocate for the people that we train to like go seek outside training. There's different perspectives. There's different ideas.
One thing I could say is make sure we're all keen on the Constitution. Keen on the Constitution.
Yeah, and then that's where
you know the first 5 elements of the Constitution. I'm asking you.
No.
You know.
Google them. You know.
Freedom of the press, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of religion, freedom of petition your government, free just grievance, and freedom to assemble. That's the first 5 freedoms of the Constitution.
Yeah, and that's
every cop needs to learn them.
Yeah, I can tell you that I'm not out here because of money. That's
no, because you guys don't get paid.
I'm not out here because of a power trip.
A lot of you guys don't get paid enough. I'll be honest with you, you don't.
You know,
you're risking your life every day.
I mean, really early on in my career, there at the Come and Go on East Chestnut, my buddy Walsh got killed, and then Fulton got shot. And I was first on the scene before them, and I missed getting killed by about 6 seconds when I, kind of read the report a little bit later. And it's like, I'm just doing this job.
You had a whole different perspective after that, huh?
Yeah, it's like, it's not what you're doing, It's like,
I mean,
likes wearing a vest.
I don't wish any of you guys hurt or anything like that. I mean, no way, nobody. I mean, I filmed the guy over there having a seizure at the post office earlier, and I was about to tear up. Yeah. And I mean, he was totally limp, and they had, I mean, it's not cool. And then I filmed I would say they had breathing problems and wound up dying, and some of the comments from the family was not appropriate. I mean, am I getting off filming this? I mean, no. This is some people don't have TV. Some people don't have cable to watch news.
Yeah.
They watch social media on their phone, and they want to know what's going on in their town.
Yeah.
Period. This is the only reason. I mean, I've had people tell me, please don't stop. We want to know what's going on in town.
Yeah.
We want to know.
I mean, it makes sense.
Because I've honestly been thinking about quitting at one point, and I come across, he goes, I live here in town and I watch your channel. I don't quit.
It's cool. It's I don't know. I mean, if it's something that you enjoy and you like doing, like my wife, we have like a little garden, and this morning she was giving me an update on like the asparagus and the cauliflower. I was like, the amount of like effort that you put into this, like, no, it doesn't logically make sense. But if you enjoy it, like, why would you not do it?
I mean, I lost her.
I
lost her. I still got him, but I've got another purpose that doesn't let me fall back to the old ways that I was, the drug abuse and the stupidity.
Yeah.
I mean,
why do you think you got clean? Like, what led to that? Because that's...
I got sick of it. I literally got sick of it. I mean, I hit rock bottom, and I didn't like it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I came back, and when I moved back, I relapsed twice. Yeah. Didn't like any bit of it.
Yeah. And
from that day on, no. I mean, the only thing I do now is recreationally legal.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
By we, the people, in the Missouri Constitution.
Yeah. Yeah, they made that in the Constitution. Figure it out.
I mean, there's still limitations on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some of you guys don't frown as long as, you're not in the middle of a park with a bunch of kids present. I mean, they shouldn't be smoking in the middle of a park anyway, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think comparatively, when you look at it versus, like, what big pharmacy companies are putting out.
Yeah.
It's like our opioid issue
is worse than the marijuana issue.
Yeah.
Like right now, fentanyl is worse than the marijuana issue. When everybody's having to carry Narcan. I had somebody telling me last night, I got some Narcan in the truck. I went ahead, I'm sorry, I quit. If they are going to use it, they need to carry the Narcan where I can pull it out and administer them to them.
I carry Narcan in my center console, my personal car, because we're having, like, maybe 4 years ago, there'd be nights where we'd have, like, 1 or 2 overdose deaths a night. And sometimes you could tell when, like, a bad batch would come in, and it's killing people.
It's killing people. And that's
I'm not saying that the usage has gone down, it's maybe even gone up.
That's another reason. That's another reason I quit.
Yeah.
Was the fentanyl and people dying. I mean, I mean, I